Good morning children. Welcome to our English class. Today we are going to start with our fifth unit, which is a trip to Andaman. We'll start with a trip to Andaman. Okay. Now we have finished 4 units so far, and we are starting our fifth unit. And you have to follow it carefully. And firstly, look at this picture. When you look at this picture, what do you see? A sea, beach, people enjoying, playing, having fun. So, and there are few questions for that picture that are given. You have to read them through and then answer them. Okay, children? Now, let's see the first question. What do you see in the picture? When you look at a picture, you can talk about it, right? You can talk about what you see in it, what you know about it, and all those things. So here, if we see this picture, and the first question says, like, what do you see in the picture? We see a beach and people having fun in the beach, right? So that is what you have to answer there. Next question. Have you ever been to a sea beach? So if you have ever been to a beach like Visakhapatnam or Kakinada, which is closer to us, or any other beach, if you have been to any beach, you should say, yes, I have been to so and so beach. And if you did go to a beach, you have to write the name of that place where you went to. Next one. What do you guess this lesson is going to talk about? So what do you guess this lesson will be about? It will be about a holiday spot. Going on a holiday to a beach or some place and enjoying there. Right? If we have summer holidays, we'll go to different places, no? We go to different places to see. We go to beaches, we go to museums, we will go to parks and everywhere. If we go to a different place, we'll see we'll go around that city or town and we'll see which place is famous there, which food is famous there. When we go to a new place, we will try the famous things there. We don't try for which is not famous, right? Then we go. See, for example, like if we go to Rajasthan or Kolkata and all this part of the country where Orissa and West Bengal, we have nice tasty rasgulla, right? Rasgulla is famous, right? So every place has a famous thing. There's their speciality, right? So when we go to a new place, we will try to see famous places, temples, churches, beach, parks, and museums, libraries. So depending upon our personal interest, we go and enjoy in a different place. So all this unit is about going on a holiday, traveling somewhere and learning something from there. When you go to a new place, we learn about it. Learning is not just studying and writing or from the textbook. Learning means within our personal experience. If we go out and then we learn something from there. So that is what learning is. Now let's see, the next question is, what does the word Andaman bring to your mind? Share your thoughts with your classmates. So Andaman, you heard about Andaman, right? In your social studies and all, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, you might have come across them, right? So you know where Andaman is. It is one of the Union territories and the islands and an island of India. So you know something about it. You might know you can know the population of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and you can know what is famous there, how many beaches are there, and all those things. Because it is an island, it is surrounded with water, and it will have lots of beaches around. So you must know at least some details about it, right? It has a nice, very big harbor, and all those things. Now, so this is something to look, understand and bring your brain to some work. Like think about it, learn about it, find out things about Andaman. Now let's start with the lesson, and which is a trip to Andaman. So I'm reading through the textbook. Now I'm not showing line by line as I do. So just follow along. Now, we had been longing to make a trip to Andaman. So somebody is writing this lesson, and they are saying we had been longing. Longing means I long to go to Hyderabad. I long to means I have that desire. I have that desire to go to Hyderabad from a long time. Long means my heart longs to see them. And my heart longs to see my grandparents. If I say that, let's see. My heart longs to see my grandparents. This means that I want to see them so badly. I'm missing them. That is what. Or from a long time I want to do this. Like a long-term desire that is within us. Now we had been longing, so they have been planning, not planning but wanted to go to a trip to Andaman, and Dad made it possible for us during the last summer holidays. So whoever is talking to us, and they are telling us that her father or his father is had made their plans and they were able to go to Andaman last summer. Soon after the examinations were over, mom made preparations for the trip. So soon after their final examinations, her or his parent made preparations for the trip. On the 25th of April, we took the Pinakini Express from Vijayawada and reached Chennai Central by 1 p.m. So how did they go? They travelled by train in the beginning. So they took the Pinakini Express from Vijayawada and they travelled to Chennai, and by 1 p.m. they reached Chennai, and after lunch we hired a taxi for the airport. So they took a taxi. So initially what were the modes of transportation they had? First one was train, and the next one was they went to the airport. So airplane. So train and aeroplane. In the evening we boarded the ship for, oh, it was not to the airport. Sorry, I read it wrong. It was not to the airport, children. It is to the port. Port means seaport, where all the ships are docked. Okay? So, seaport. It is quite easy to get wrong. Airport and seaport are different, no? So, where ships are docked. So, they wanted to go by ship to Andaman. In the evening, we boarded a ship for Port Blair, the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So, Port Blair, capital of Andaman. What is the capital of Andaman? Port Blair. So, they boarded a ship to go to that place. The ship looked much bigger than our school building. So the ship was huge, it was massive, more bigger than the school building it seems. It had 4 stories. So it had 4 stories, 4 stairs, 4-storied ship. It set out after sounding a loud horn. So it started, set out means started after making this loud horn. People who had come to see off their friends and relatives cheered them up by waving their hands. So when we are going somewhere, some of our family members come to drop us, right? So family members and relatives of those people who are boarding the ship, they were waving their hands. They are saying goodbye to their family and friends. My sister Amala and I too waved our hands while mom and dad smiled at us. So even this boy and his sister Amala, they also waved to the people who are down there. So who are waving back. So these people, these two children also waved at them, and their mom and dad smiled at them. Tall buildings, cell towers and factory chimneys began to vanish gradually. So when we are near the city, you see all these buildings, factories, towers and all those things that are in our sight. But when they boarded the ship and the ship started to move into the sea or into the ocean, what happens? Eventually, we can't see any of those things. We'll be getting into the middle of the ocean at some point. So gradually they all started to fade away, which means they cannot see anymore because they are moving deeper into the sea. Soon everything around us began to look dark and calm, but inside the ship it was all bright and beautiful. So around the ship, because when did they board? In the evening, right? So because they reached the train station in Chennai at 1 p.m. and after that they took a taxi to the port and then they boarded. So it might have been evening. So all around it became dark, but the ship, inside the ship, it was all full bright and lighting. Beautiful. When we closed the windows and the doors of our cabin, we did not feel the movement of the ship. Once they went into their cabin and closed all the windows and doors, they could not even feel that they are in a ship and they are floating on the water. On the second day, we came to know that we were in the middle of the sea. By the second day, what happened? They were in the middle of the sea. The weather was pleasant on the sea. It was quite pleasant. The day was sunny and the sea was reflecting the clouds like a flat mirror. So the day was really sunny and the sea was reflecting the clouds. So reflecting the clouds means you can literally see the clouds in the water because the water is pretty much still. It is not too wavy. The weather was pleasant on the sea. We saw dolphins swimming along the ship, so we could literally see the dolphins swimming along with the ship. They sprang and dived again and again. It was quite amusing. So at their side, they enjoyed dolphins. Dolphins, they just jump up high and then go down, no? So they encountered a school of dolphins and they swam along with the ship for a while. I was curious to know what other people were doing in the ship. So this boy who is talking to us or writing this message to us, he says that he wanted to know what other people are doing. I am here looking at this fish and all, and what happened to the others I want to know. So I went around. So this boy started to go around. I saw some watching films and some others eating and drinking in the restaurants. So obviously it is a big ship. It's a huge ship. So people were drinking and enjoying and eating in the restaurants in there, and some were watching movies and all those things. So everybody is like busy in their own kind of entertainment. A few were buying things in the fancy stores. So this is all the ship also has few fancy stores, which means nice good things that you could buy or souvenirs that you can keep for. So they went and they started to buy things, few others. I was surprised to see some in a saloon getting their hair cut. So there was a saloon also. So he was surprised. I mean, okay, here they are getting a haircut. So, but still, what you should understand is how big the ship is. The ship had restaurants, the ship had movie watching places, and it had saloons, it has fancy stores. So it is such a massive, huge ship, no? The medical staff was busy treating the patient suffering mostly from seasickness. Obviously, some people, when they can't travel by sea, some people have allergy by traveling by road or in trains. You know, they always carry lemon and all those things, or they keep vomiting. In the similar way, most people get seasick when they're in the middle of the sea, or when they're traveling by sea, or if even though if they sit for longer time in a beach, they tend to feel very sick, and that happens. So medical staff who are present in the ship are treating people who are suffering from seasickness. The sanitary workers were on their job of keeping the cabins, corridors and toilets neat and clean. So the cabin crew, whoever is in charge of the cleaning, they are cleaning the cabins, toilets and everything. They are keeping tidy. The crew of the ship was very friendly and courteous. So the crew means the members of the who are working in the ship are very friendly. They show this friendliness, they have this friendly atmosphere. They gladly answered all my queries about the ship. So this boy had lots of questions about, and then all the crew were very friendly and they answered every question he had, every doubt he had. It was the third day. Early in the morning, Mom woke up to show us the magnificent spectacle of the dawn at the sea. After 2 days, we reached Port Blair. So after 2 days of traveling from Chennai port, they reached Port Blair. So his mother waked them up and to show that how beautiful the Port Blair, the entry at the Port Blair is. Dad, do you have any idea about this islands and the people who live there? I asked. So this boy had several questions. So he asked his father, Dad, do you know how the people are here, how these people behave, or how they receive us, and how things are here, or anything about this island? Dad said, I know a little. There are about 600 islands. They are located between India's coast and Myanmar. Only 37 of them are inhabited. They have plant, animal and marine life in abundance. So around that Andaman and Nicobar islands together, there are about, how many did he say? 600 islands. And they are located between India coast and Myanmar. So they are between Myanmar and India coast. So which means they are around this ocean. And then he says only 37 are inhabited. Inhabited means habitats. We all are habitats of this earth, right? So only 37 islands of them are habited. The others will be full of, maybe with animals, snakes, birds, and could be empty just with soil and rocks. We learned that the inhabitants of the islands are the aboriginal tribes. So the inhabitants of whoever is living in there mostly are tribals, inhabited. They are like the tribals. Some of them lived far away from the civilized society. Despite this, the islands today look like a miniature India. So usually all these tribals, see even for us here, near the forests, closer to the forest, we have tribal agencies, we call them agencies, and tribal areas where people live, and we call them as tribals as well, because they are not much into socialization. They do cultivate themselves. Nowadays most of them are encouraged to educate, and they are provided of job opportunities as well. They are given priority for job opportunities as well. But previously they are mostly living out of the social lives, or out of being antisocial, mostly antisocial. They used to live in their own areas without even mingling with the others. They have their own set of lifestyle. No education, just cultivating, eating raw food and all those things. That is how they originated initially, and they got used to it. But now the government and many other NGOs are trying to facilitate them, to educate them, to mingle in the society, be a part of the society. And mostly now there are changes. Some people are trying to educate, schools are provided for them, so there is a lot going on now rather than that. But in Andaman they also had these lots of aboriginal tribals who lived away, far away. But now in the recent days, if you go and see Andaman, it looks like mini India, because It is a island of India, no? So most of them have gone there and got settled there, and it has been developed so much since its formation. We saw people of different languages, cultures and faiths living together happily. So, like India being a secular country, we have different cultures, different religions and different kinds of people and lots of hundreds of languages in here. In the same way, Andaman also has, there are people who speaks different languages there, different cultures, different beliefs, and still they are happily living together. We visited a famous national monument, the Cellular Jail. We learned that the Cellular Jail was built by the British. It was no longer a jail. It had been converted into a big hospital. So there used to, in Andaman, British people built this jail, which is a cellular jail. The building is round and the rooms and the rooms are like literally very tiny rooms that only a one person can fit in it. And they used to be the darkest rooms of all times, and so they used it to capture prisoners and put them in there for hours, and they used to leave them there till death in most scenarios. But now this is no longer a jail, but they have turned it into a hospital. So they went and visited that cellular jail, which is a hospital now. And they also visited Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park. So they also visited Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park. After a while we reached an exciting place, the Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park. The park was spread over a wide of 15 islands. The park was literally spread over 15 islands. Open creeks running through the park area were a special attraction. So you can go around the park and it is crossed over 15 islands. We watched coral reefs, fishes of different colors and sea turtles through glass bottomed boats. So in the boat, like you have a glass bottom, so you can see underneath the water. You can see the fish swimming, the turtles and everything swimming around, the coral reefs and everything. So when you travel in that boat itself, you can see from the bottom beautiful sceneries and all. So after some time, we felt ourselves as part of them. So when you keep watching it and you feel like you are part of that submarine life, right? If we watch Discovery for a longer time, don't we feel like we belong there? We want to be there and we belong there, right? I do feel like that. Amala and I cheat the fish and turtles. So when children are there, if they see like moving fishes and turtles and all, they get so excited, right? We travel by a ferry from Port Blair to a place called Havelock Island. The ferries carry people, vehicles and goods. We enjoyed pani puri, samosas and garam chai during the ferry journey. So ferries are nothing but small boats, but you will be able to it is a seater. You can sit and go like a small bus, but it will just travel on the water, and they are called ferries. And ferries do not go deeper into the ocean. They just travel from island to island where they are the water levels are not too high. So they went to Havelock Island, and on their way they enjoyed samosas, chai and all those things. A majestic lighthouse greeted us on our arrival at the Havelock Island. So the best part in the Havelock Island is the lighthouse. We felt as if the sandy beaches and greenish blue sea were warmly welcoming us. So when you go to a nice scenic place, nice scenery, you feel that it is welcoming us, it is for us kind of thing, right? Some foreign tourists on the beaches were basking in the sun and enjoying themselves. Basking in the sun means just laying down and enjoying the nice hot weather, nice sun. We saw tourists enjoying swimming in the sea. So when you go for a different place, if you are a good swimmer, then we can obviously go and dive and swim, right? And riding on elephants, silky sands, foaming tides and cool breeze of the sea attracted us very much. So this boy is describing the place in that Havelock Island. So there is like silky sand, nice smooth sand, and what else? Foaming tides, nice tides in the sea, and cool breeze of the sea. All these things attracted them so much. We took lots of pictures of the beautiful scenery. So they have taken a lot of pictures. Scuba diving. We visited the beach called Elephant Beach. So there was a beach called Elephant Beach. To our amazement, we saw some swimmers diving into the sea from the motorboats. So motorboats go to a length, and then from there the divers dive into the sea, right? The divers means, scuba diving means what? They go underneath the sea with all those oxygen masks and all, no? They go underneath the sea and to enjoy what is there and underneath the sea, to see the marine life, and they'll enjoy it. They were dressed in different way. Obviously when you go underwater, you can't go in a sari, right? Or you can't go in like nice silk dhotis and all those clothes. You have to wear a diving suit or a swimsuit. I asked Dad, why are the swimmers diving into the sea? Diving means going down deep into the sea, okay? Dad replied, they want to watch the coral reefs and beautiful color fishes and sea turtles. So he had this doubt why all these divers are going down into the sea. So his father explained him that they are going to watch the coral reefs and beautiful sea marine life under the sea. They stay for a long time beneath the sea and swim along with them. It is called scuba diving. The scuba diving filled my heart with the spirit of adventure. I wished I could do it. So the thought of going underneath the sea and swim along with the fish and looking at the beautiful colors of the marine life and all those things, it kind of touched his heart so much. He also wanted to do. Next one, elephant ride on the beach. So they also had, we have horse ride now in Visakhapatnam. If you go to the beach, we have a couple of horses and you can ride on them. So here they had elephant in the beach. Lastly, we visited Radhanagar beach. So there is a beach called Radhanagar beach. It was beautiful place with white sand and thick green forests along the coastline. So along the coastline, they had nice white sandy beaches are there in Goa, here and there. We don't have white beach in Visakhapatnam or Kakinada. And thick green forest along the coastline, and you could see along the coastline, you could see a forest as well. We saw a man riding an elephant. So a man was riding an elephant. He offered rides on payment. So if we give them money, we can sit on the back of the elephant and we can also have a ride. My sister my sister Amala and I enjoyed a jolly ride on the elephant. So these two, brother and sister, I guess, because for us we do not know who the author is. I don't know if the author is a male or female, but I'm hoping he's a boy. So both of them sat on the back of the elephant and they enjoyed the ride. We tasted delicious tandoori fish and other seafoods on the island. So they kind of enjoyed the seafood at there on the island. My mouth still waters when I remember those moments. So thinking about that, his mouth still waters. He still want to go and do it again and eat again. I cherish the memory of the great fun we had. I will never forget my trip to Andaman. So this is a nice short writing of the boy or a girl, whoever it is, and it is his life experience. He's telling his life experience where he went to a trip and he's writing to us. It is very nice thing, children, because it is good if you go somewhere, go to a new place to visit. You can write, you can take pictures, you can draw pictures, and you can write about it. I tell everybody, it is like your travel guide. You should always have a travel history book or travel guide. A white pages book, and you go wherever you go, you draw pictures about it, or you take a picture and then you can stick it there and then write what you saw there. It's a very nice habit to do. So this boy, they enjoyed everything. So they saw the cellular jail, they saw the marine life, they traveled in the boat with a glass bottom, and they traveled on the ferry, and they went to Havelock Island, and they also, on the way, they enjoyed Pani Puri and all those things. And also he saw people scuba diving, and they went on elephant ride. So finally they had a very good trip, right? They traveled from Vijayawada to Chennai, and from Chennai they took the ship, and then they went to Port Blair, right? After going to Port Blair, they went to different islands around there, and then they enjoyed everything. So this is very nice and simple. Let's see the glossary now. Longing, strong feeling or desire. Strong feeling or desire means కోరిక. ఎప్పటి నుంచో అనుకుంటున్నాను ఇలా చేయాలని అంటాం కదా, that is the desire. Now vanish, disappear, you know that. Treating, curing or an illness or injury. Doctors treat patients, treating, that is what it is. Inhabited, lived. Aboriginal, original people belonging to a place. So they are basically from there. Initially they are born and brought up there. It is not like immigrants. They are not like immigrants. Immigrants means people who are born and brought up here, go someplace else and start to live there. That is immigration, migrating. That is called migrating. But when we are talking about aboriginal means akkade putti perigina vallu, originals of that place. See, for us, for some people, we might have, our parents or grandparents might have travelled from somewhere here, right? My parents travelled from somewhere and settled down in Rajahmundry. But if my grandparents are from this place and my parents are from this place and I am also born in this place, then I am an aboriginal of Rajahmundry, okay? Aboriginal means they are basically originated from that place. Their roots are in that place. Okay, but if my grandparents and great grandparents are from some other state like Maharashtra, and then my parents came and settled down in Rajahmundry, and I am born and brought up here, I will not be an aboriginal. Originally I will be from Maharashtra. So that is the difference. I am only telling an example, okay? So that is how it is, and that is with the glossary. Oh, we have a few more glossary. Creek, a narrow area of water where the sea flows into the land. So, see, we have streams, no, from lakes. Lakes usually part into, if there is a big lake, and there will be small streams. In the same way, creeks are those that are originated from the sea. A small area of water or a stream of water that originates from the sea into the land. Coral reefs, a hard substance that is red, pink or white in color and that forms on the bottom of the sea. In movies and all you might have seen, under the water, under the sea or ocean, if you see, you can see different colors of corals. They will be most like plants like this. So those are corals, and out of them these valuable stones are also taken, okay? Ferry, a boat or a ship that carries people, goods, vehicles across the river. So ferries go in low streams, like not under too much of deep water. They travel on the sea but at up to a length, and they cannot carry heavy things like ships. They carry some goods, people and other things, but they are not like ships. They are more like bigger size of boats. Ferries are smaller than ships and bigger than a boat, okay? So that is it. We'll look into the vocabulary and grammar in our next class, children. So this is it for today. Read the lesson once again, read it again and again, and enjoy the lesson. Okay children, thank you.